Hey folks, welcome back to today. We're diving into a topic that's not just important, it's absolutely crucial. Have you ever found yourself bending over backward as if you're constantly proving your worth? Like you're in some never-ending battle? Just to get a fraction of their attention, what if I told you that the real power lies not in fighting for their gaze, but in walking away with your head held high? What if the moment you stop chasing is the moment they start craving your presence? Well, if that's what you want, my friends, that's exactly what we're going to explore today. And if you think this kind of transformation only happens in movies, my dude, you need to stick with me because this video is going to shatter those old perceptions. And yes, this is the video that's going to transform you into someone who doesn't chase, but naturally draws others in with their quiet confidence today. We're not just talking about letting go of the chase, we're talking about reclaiming your peace of mind in a way that makes you unforgettable. Epictetus once said, "It is better to die of hunger, having lived without grief and fear, than to live with a troubled spirit amid abundance." This quote perfectly captures the Stoic idea that true power lies in keeping your honor and peace of mind, even if it means leaving behind things that don't serve you anymore. It's a reminder that your worth isn't based on what other people think of you, but on your own inner strength. So, my friend, are you ready to stop begging for attention and start valuing yourself above all else? Are you ready to step into the power that's been inside you all along? This isn't just a statement. It's a promise to yourself to stand tall and never settle for less than you deserve. It's time to unleash the strength that's been waiting to be released. If you like this video, YouTube will share it with more people who are looking for help. When you help others, the universe aligns itself to help you. If you can't bring yourself to do it, then this video isn't for you. So go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and help others. The universe will start helping you. Ready, my friend? Before you go any further with that thought that's been bothering you, let me clear up something important. You might be thinking that walking away and not trying to get their attention feels like giving up. You might be wondering, what will happen if I stop chasing them and they forget about me? But let's get one thing clear. Stoicism isn't just about walking away. It's also about focusing on yourself, your health, your growth, and your inner peace. Stoicism teaches us that true power comes from within, from taking care of and strengthening ourselves without relying on outside approval. So when you decide to walk away, remember that it's not just about taking a step back. It's also about taking several steps forward in your own life. You have to work on yourself, invest in your health, and grow your mind. This is your valuable time when you're alone, and it's a chance to focus on what really matters to you. Which is why I said earlier that if you can't do anything, this video will not move the needle for you. And when you start working on yourself, it will naturally move your relationship needle. And another question you might have, what if they forget about you? Well, the real question is, are you willing to forget yourself in the pursuit of someone else's attention? Remember, their reaction is beyond your control. But what you do with your time, your energy, and your life is entirely up to you. This journey isn't IRL about them. It's about you reclaiming your power, your peace, and your purpose. When you start working on yourself, you naturally become more attractive. And this time, when they find out about the new you, they start chasing you. And that's what I said at the start. We're on a ride to flip the script. If you have any lingering questions that are stopping you from taking the right action, drop them in the comments. I'm here to help you navigate this path. Now let's move on to an affirmation that will strengthen your resolve. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and affirm, "I am worthy of attention." Done now, go ahead and drop it in the comments. This will let me know that you're following along, that I'm not just talking to the wind, but to someone who's truly committed to embracing their worth and making a powerful change in their life. So now the next concern is, what actions will you have to take to flip the script? As we discussed, the first thing is to never bend over. Never chase their attention, but what comes next? Well, friends, I'm going to provide you with a 7-step recipe that you can use to transform yourself, a blueprint for becoming the kind of person who naturally draws others in without even trying. And FKS, these are my personally tested steps, tried and refined through my own journey. And I can tell you they work. If you're serious about flipping the script and transforming your life, these steps will guide you through that process. So let's dive into this 7-step recipe that will help you reclaim your power and start living a life where you don't have to chase anyone's attention, then will be coming to you. Number 1. Prioritize physical health. So folks, let us discuss the first and perhaps one of the most crucial steps in our journey, prioritizing physical health. Now, what you might be expecting is advice on having a good style, wearing the right clothes, looking sharp, and other grooming tips, and sure, these are significant factors and you should absolutely work on them. But here's the thing, I'm not here to teach you what you already know. Let's talk more about what I really mean when I say prioritize physical health and why it's so important, especially when we're talking about not trying to get anyone's attention, whether it's to reignite a flame, attract a new person, or make an ex realize what they've lost. Not just how you look in the mirror. I'm talking about something much more important. Physical health is the bedrock of everything you do in life. It's about feeling good from the inside out, having the energy to chase your dreams, and the stamina to live your life with passion and purpose. Let's be real, no one wants to be in a relationship where they're constantly worrying about their partner's health, or where one person is always tired, sluggish, or out of shape. That's just not attractive, no matter how great your outfit is. Imagine this. You're in a relationship that's been going strong for a few years, but lately the fire isn't what it used to be. Maybe you've both gotten a bit too comfortable and the spark is fading. You might think that dressing up or planning a fancy date night will do the trick, but the real magic happens when you both feel energized and alive, ready to truly enjoy each other's company. Prioritizing your physical health means you're showing up for yourself and for your partner, bringing back that excitement and energy that first brought you together. Now let's talk about attracting someone new. A year ago, I had my eye on a colleague, but I was feeling pretty low. My energy levels were down, and I wasn't in the best shape. But something clicked when I realized that if I wanted to catch their attention, it wasn't about trying too hard. It was about becoming the best version of myself. And that's when the universe hit me up with Stoicism, a philosophy that completely changed how I viewed myself and the world around me. Stoicism taught me that real power and attraction come from having a strong sense of self-worth based on the knowledge that I am enough just the way I am. I started working out regularly, not just to look good, but to feel good. I also changed my diet and started getting more sleep. I noticed a change in how I looked and how I carried myself. I wasn't chasing attention anymore. I was naturally attracting it. When you're physically healthy, you radiate confidence, and confidence is magnetic. Whether it's your coworker, a new person, or even an ex-partner, you want them to realize what they've lost: your physical health. Your vitality says a lot about that ex situation without you having to say a word. I get it if you just broke up with your ex and want them to see what they're missing out on. But instead of obsessing over them, put your energy into improving your health, not to get them back, but to rebuild yourself. When you do that, you'll attract more than just your ex. You'll attract a whole new world of possibilities. If your ex sees how well you're doing, that's a bonus. The real win is that you're feeling great, looking great, and living your best life. Let's get back to Stoicism. The Stoics believed in the importance of taking care of the body as a vessel for the mind, and soul. Epicus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This doesn't just mean mastering your emotions or thoughts, it also means mastering your body. When you neglect your physical health, you're not fully in control of yourself, and that lack of control can lead to a lack of confidence, making you feel like you need to seek validation from others. But when you prioritize your physical health, you're telling yourself and the world that you respect yourself enough to take care of your most valuable asset, your body. And when you respect yourself, others naturally follow suit. So how did I put this into practice? First, I started exercising regularly. This wasn't just about hitting the gym to build muscle or lose weight. It was about finding a form of physical activity that I enjoyed and could stick to for me. It was a mix of weightlifting and yoga. This combination not only improved my strength and flexibility, but also helped me feel more centered and grounded. When you make exercise a regular part of your life, you not only improve your physical health, but you also boost your mental health, releasing endorphins that make you feel good. Another game changer was eating a balanced diet. I added more fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains to my meals to find the right mix. Making sleep a priority made a huge difference in my energy and general health. I used to take sleep for granted, but it made a huge difference. You cannot overstate how important it is to get enough sleep. When you're well rested, everything else in life is easier, and you'll naturally have more attractive energy. When you put your physical health first, you're not only investing in yourself, you're also investing in your future. You're setting yourself up to live a long, healthy, and fulfilling life. And here's the best part. When you're healthy and full of energy, you naturally attract people who are also living their best lives. You don't have to work for their attention. They'll come to you because of your energy and vitality. The great Stoic emperor Marcus Aurelius said, "Recognize this, and you will find strength." This quote is often used to talk about mental toughness, but it also applies to physical health. You have control over your body, what you put in it, how you take care of it, and the energy you bring to the world. When you accept this control, you become more attractive to others, but more importantly, you become more attractive to yourself. As we wrap up this first step, I want you to remember that putting your health first is a sign of self-respect. It's a way of saying, I deserve to feel good, look good, and live a life full of energy and vitality. This isn't about demanding someone else's attention. It's about recognizing that you deserve to live your best life. Let's say it together. I am worthy of attention. Say it with conviction, because when you believe in your worth, everything else falls into place. And when you put your health first, you're not only more attractive to others, you're also more attractive to yourself. Now, before we move on to the next step, if you have any questions about what we've talked about so far, or if you'd like to share a thought, a different perspective, or even a personal experience, please do so in the comments. Take charge by helping others with your insights, and if you have nothing else to say, please drop our affirmation in the comments if you haven't already. Just write, I am worthy of attention, and encourage others on their journey. I know the first step was long, but trust me, it was the most important one to go over in detail. The next steps aren't as long, but they're still full of important information and parts of my journey that you need to know, so please don't give up now. Let yourself get sidetracked. Today is the day we're going to make real change, and the first step is to stay focused and committed to the process. Spend time with people who inspire you. You may have heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you talk to. It's true that the people you spend the most time with have a big effect on your way of thinking, your habits, and your overall success in life, including your relationships. Think about it. If there are always negative people around you who complain about their lives but don't do anything to change them, or who put you down, it will be harder to stay inspired and focused on your own growth. But when you're around people who are driven and trying to get better, their energy is contagious. You start to take on their mindset, drive, and habits, which pushes you to the next level. Now let's apply this to relationships, whether you're trying to find a new partner, get back together with an ex, or just make them realize what they've lost. The people you keep are very important. When you hang out with people who motivate and inspire you to be your best, you become more attractive to both others and yourself. You become the type of person who isn't happy with mediocrity, but is always pushing to be better, grow, and achieve more. This way of thinking is very appealing to others. For example, imagine you're at a social event with a group of friends who are all high achievers, who are always encouraging each other to do better. When you're in that environment, you're more likely to have stimulating conversations, talk about interesting ideas, and act like you're sure of yourself, compared to being in a group where people only talk about whining, rumors, or wasting time. Which version of yourself do you think is more attractive? The answer is clear. I went through this change myself. There was a time when I wasn't very picky about the people I spent time with, and it showed in my attitude and actions. But once I started hanging out with ambitious, positive, and always working on themselves people, I noticed a big difference in my own life. I became more motivated, more disciplined, and more focused on my goals. And the best part was that it didn't hurt. Wasn't just me who noticed the change, others did too. People are drawn to those who are passionate about life and who are always striving to improve. But it's not just about being around successful people, it's about being around people who inspire you to be your best self. Find those who uplift you, who support your growth, and who challenge you to think bigger. These are the people who will help you stay on track, who will push you when you're feeling down, and who will celebrate your successes with genuine happiness. And as you grow and improve, you'll naturally become more attractive to the people around you. Whether it's someone new, a partner, or even an ex, as the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, associate with people who are likely to improve you. This wisdom is timeless. By surrounding yourself with inspiring people, you're not just improving your chances of success, you're improving your entire life. So let's affirm this together. I choose to surround myself with people who inspire me. Say it with conviction, because when you do, you're setting the stage for a life filled with positivity, growth, and endless possibilities. Number 3, become socially strong. This might sound like a call to be more outgoing or the center of attention, but that's not what I mean. Becoming socially strong is about cultivating meaningful connections, developing the resilience to navigate relationships effectively, and creating an environment where people are naturally drawn to you. Let me take you back to my own experience. About a year ago, I found myself interested in a colleague. At that time, I wasn't exactly the most socially confident person. I often found myself overthinking interactions and worrying about how I was perceived. But I realized that if I wanted to genuinely connect with this person, I needed to focus on becoming socially strong. That didn't mean trying to impress them or forcing conversations. It meant being present, listening, and engaging in meaningful ways, instead of trying to be something I wasn't. I started to focus on building authentic connections, and that's when things began to shift. My colleague noticed the change, not because I was louder or more outgoing, but because I was genuinely interested in our conversations and confident in my approach. Now think about your own relationships. If you want to get back together with a partner, instead of anxiously trying to get their attention, try approaching them with a calm and grounded presence. You're not trying to get their approval. Instead, you're focused on truly connecting with them. You listen, have thoughtful conversations, and make them feel heard and understood. This change can spark the relationship again, because you're not just trying to get their attention. You're offering them something deeper and more meaningful. Alternatively, if you're interested in someone new, the key is to make a real connection instead of worrying about how others see you or trying to impress them with big gestures. Focus on being present and genuine in conversations that matter. Listen to what they have to say and respond with care. This way of acting naturally attracts people because it's real and sincere qualities that are so attractive. If you're talking about an ex, you might want them to realize what they've lost instead of chasing them or trying to prove your worth. Focus on becoming socially strong by having meaningful interactions with others, being present, and showing that your social life is thriving. Your ex will start to notice that you're not just surviving without them, you're thriving. This realization can often make them change their mind, not because you're pushing them, but because they see the strength and resilience you've built. Becoming socially strong means being able to handle interactions without making them perfect or one-sided. What matters is how you carry yourself and connect with others naturally. When you're socially strong, you don't have to fight for attention. You just naturally get it, attracted by genuinely caring about other people and being present in the present moment. The Stoics understood this well, and Epictetus once said that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This is the essence of being socially strong, focusing on listening, understanding, and connecting rather than just speaking. When you read and listen more, you make deeper connections that naturally draw people toward you. Being genuine, involved, and tough are what make you strong in social situations. These traits also make you more attractive to others, so let's support this together. I deserve attention is something you should say with sincerity and carry with you into your social interactions. When you know your worth, other people will too. Confidence isn't just about standing tall or speaking boldly. It's about knowing your worth and carrying that self-assurance into every interaction. When you truly believe in yourself, others can't help but be drawn to you. Let me share a bit of my journey. There was a time when I struggled with confidence. especially in social situations. I'd often second-guess myself, worried about saying the wrong thing or not being good enough, but as I started working on my physical health and becoming socially strong, something amazing happened. My confidence began to grow. It wasn't about being the loudest person in the room. It was about being comfortable in my own skin and trusting in my abilities. This shift made me realize that when you exude confidence, you don't have to chase after people. They naturally gravitate toward you. Think about it in a relationship context. When you're confident, you're not constantly seeking validation from your partner. Instead, you bring a sense of security and self-assurance into the relationship. This makes you more attractive because confidence is magnetic. It shows that you're someone who knows their value and isn't afraid to stand by it. And if you're trying to attract someone new, or even make an ex, realize what they've lost. Confidence is key when you walk into a room with your head held high. Knowing that you're worthy of attention, others will notice. You won't need to fight for their attention, because your confidence will naturally draw them in. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more." That is, poor confidence is about recognizing that you already have everything you need within you. When you embrace this truth, you become a magnet for the right people and opportunities. So let's affirm this together: I am worthy of attention. If you believe in your worth, you'll see how confidence changes your relationships and brings people to you. Strive for something. Fifth, set goals for yourself. Although setting goals and chasing success are important parts of ambition, having a clear sense of purpose is what really drives you forward in life. When you have ambition, you're not just coasting through life. You're actively pursuing something that matters to you, and that's very attractive. The colleague I was drawn to a year ago had this incredible drive and clear sense of direction in their life, and it was magnetic. It wasn't just their career goal, it was the passion they brought to everything they did. Seeing someone so dedicated to their personal growth and their ambitions made me realize how powerful it is to have that kind of focus and determination in relationships. Whether you're in a long-term relationship, meeting someone new, or trying to get your ex to see how valuable you are, ambition is key. Having goals shows that you're not stuck. It tells your partner or potential partner that you're always changing, growing, and trying to do better. This creates a feeling of excitement and inspiration, which naturally makes the connection stronger. Ambition isn't about getting things or praise. It's about making goals that are in line with your values and interests. When you're driven by something bigger, you feel more confident. Marcus Aurelius said that what stands in the way of action becomes the way. If you are strong and focused, people will naturally be drawn to you. This quote says everything you need to know about desire. It's about seeing problems as chances to learn and move forward. So aim for something important and see how your drive not only changes your life, but also brings you people who share your vision. Number 6. Take charge of your feelings. One of the most powerful things you can do for yourself and your relationships is to master your emotions. When you're in charge of your emotions, you're not easily swayed by outside events or the actions of others. This emotional stability makes you resilient, grounded, and highly attractive to those around you. I learned this the hard way on my own journey. I used to let my emotions run wild, whether it was getting too attached too quickly or reacting impulsively in tough situations. But over time, I realized that this lack of emotional control was not only affecting my well-being but also how others saw me. Once I started working on mastering my emotions, everything started to change. I became more centered, more patient, and less reactive, which naturally made my interactions with others smoother and more meaningful in relationships. Mastering your emotions is very important. For example, if your partner does something that would normally make you angry or frustrated, instead of reacting with anger or frustration, you take a moment to breathe, think about the situation, and respond thoughtfully. This not only avoids unnecessary conflict, but also shows your partner that you're in control and mature enough to handle difficult situations with grace. Or, if you're dating someone new, don't let your excitement or anxiety cloud your judgment. Instead, stay calm and collected. This kind of emotional mastery is very attractive because it shows confidence, self-awareness, and maturity. The Stoics strongly believed in this principle. As Seneca said, "A man is as miserable as he thinks he is." This quote reminds us that our emotional state is often under our control, and by being in it, we can choose how we experience life. Work on mastering your emotions, and you'll find that not only do your relationships get better, but you also attract people who are drawn to your calm and collected personality. Number 7. For energy. If you want to improve your relationships and personal growth, one of the most important skills you can learn is how to listen deeply. When you listen, you're not just hearing words, you're also understanding emotions, intentions, and the deeper meaning behind what's being said. Being able to connect on a deeper level makes you more attractive and more influential in your relationships. For example, when I genuinely listened to my colleague, whose company I liked, the dynamics of our conversations changed. It wasn't about impressing them with what I knew or taking over the conversation. It was about giving them the chance to fully express themselves. This built a stronger bond because they felt heard, understood, and valued. It taught me how important it is to listen in relationships. Learning how to listen well can change the game. When you were upset and needed to talk to someone, imagine if they only half listened and were thinking about what they were going to say next instead of really hearing you. It would be frustrating, right? But when someone listens and makes you feel like what you're saying matters, it can strengthen the bond between you. This is especially true in romantic relationships, where feeling understood and valued is key to a strong bond. It's easy to get caught up in trying to make your point or defend yourself when there are disagreements. But if you take a step back and really listen to the other person's point of view, you'll often find that disagreements are resolved more smoothly and with less tension. This shows that you're mature and willing to understand rather than just be understood, which is very attractive and builds respect in any relationship. Also, if you want to make new connections, whether it's with a potential partner or at work, you need to learn how to listen well. Being a good listener sets you apart, and people are naturally drawn to those who make them feel special, get heard and cared about. It's not about always saying the right thing. It's about being there, giving your full attention, and responding with care. This leaves a lasting impact and often leads to deeper, more meaningful relationships. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This quote perfectly captures the importance of listening. When you master this skill, you not only improve your relationships, but you also grow as a person. You learn more about others, gain new perspectives, and become someone that people want to be around. As we continue on this journey, remember that listening is an art that requires patience, presence, and empathy. When you master the art of listening, you not only improve your relationships, but you also become more attractive because you show that you value others enough to really hear them. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who could benefit from these insights. If you haven't already, please like this video right now. This is the best time to show your support. While you're at it, say out loud, "I am worthy of attention." Your support helps us grow and keep bringing you powerful content. Remember that these 7 steps aren't just about getting attention, they're about reclaiming your power, confidence, and sense of self-worth. Make these lessons your own and watch how the dynamics change for the better. Don't give up, and I'll see you in the next film.